Justifying injustice. There's a saying, hurt people hurt people. Is it true? Is it just a saying? Is it practical? Is it real? Sadly, it's everything that has just been mentioned. Because hurt people do hurt people. And as they hurt people, that's when you see injustice being justified. Because the situation that someone might have found themselves in, they say, let the other one suffer the way I suffered. It's like when you look at the scenarios of, like bullying, for example. In my country, we have the what you call 844 education system. So, but currently that was the former. The current is CBC, and honestly, I am struggling to figure that one out. So let me speak to the one that I was familiar to, or that kind of was part of that particular system. How that system used to work: you have 8 years, which is a combination of your primary, your kindergarten or elementary. Then you have 4 years for your high school, and then 4 years for university. Now, the 4 years for university is not guaranteed because, it's not that the government is going to chip in or help you. Yeah, we do have a loan, what do you call it, an insurance for students kind of loan, but again, it's debatable on how you look at it in terms of receiving funds. So there's a whole different conversation. But anyway, so let's say you are kind of guaranteed the 8 years and the 4 years. The other 4 years, well, it's not guaranteed. Some may be able to have the funds to go to university or college or vocational or none. Again, because of the economy, finances, and everything, priorities are set. Especially if it's a bigger family, even if it's as much as 2 people or 3 people, there could be a priority list. Sometimes it depends on, maybe there's a member, maybe the breadwinner is ill, and many other factors. We can also look at the dysfunction of families, mother split, father split, and all the drama that comes. So yeah, so not many people actually make to the other 4, many sadly. And so I can use that as a good example actually. And so let's say they meet someone, and this is just friendship or relationship or networking, and they meet someone who's actually done that other level. You'll always notice there's a form of hatred towards. Personally, I did college and university. I did college and university because I didn't pass in some part of my exams, so I could have done bridging. So anyway, I didn't do bridging, and I said I'm not bridging. I am not repeating my high school, and again, family-wise, finances. So I fell under that group, and so I decided I'm still going to university, but how will I do it? So I went to college, applied different colleges, didn't make the cut, then got into one. Ideally, I'd planned to do tour. I was always intrigued by traveling the world, so I applied for a diploma in tourism operation. However, that particular course didn't have many people enrolling, so without my knowledge or consent, I was ended up being placed in a different class, and that was for diploma in business management. And so me, I come to class and I'm thinking, okay, so where am I again? And there's nothing messed up like getting into a class and then you're hearing session 1 is over, we are meeting session 2, and it was accounts. And mind you, my mathematics, I really failed. I go to school at D minus, and I'm not like I'm bad at math, but math I failed. I tried. I've done the tuition and everything. I failed. Why? It's interesting. Sometimes I look at myself right now the way I'm good in financial management, but I look at my math in primary and high school and I laugh. But interesting enough, when now I did my college and later campus, my math was better. I was getting straight A's. But before, I was the person who was always getting, the D and E, where I used to compete with the other person who has failed like you. Now, anyway, how would I bring all this? While I was in college, we had that moment where there's those who are in university who have actually kind of made it. And in college, you are looked frowned upon, like you haven't made it. And so when you compare college and university, college is a lot of work. It's not a joke. By the time you make the cut to, if you do make the cut to university, you've really pushed. And I remember I failed a particular subject, qualitative something. It was mathematics. I failed. And the funny thing, we were full class. We were many. I mean, we were so many. And the struggle was, when I went into campus, I'm seeing a whole different ballgame. People are relaxed. Not like the subjects are not there, but the thing is, one thing I came to learn, there's always the beef between those who are in college against those who are in university, and those who are in university to those who are at college. So I did go through both systems. I was able to see both sides of the coin. The thing you keep seeing on and on in society is the same thing. Whether one was bullied or is the bullied, the victim turns into the perpetrator. We see the same in domestic violence. It's the same in crime. You see, is that the same way you look at those who end up sadly being refugees? Very few of them are able to integrate into society again and be able to, not turn into the beasts that the enemy had made them become. But again, not many do. Because again, you come into a new country, you're not received with warm arms, you are given a nickname, you're looked down upon, you can't get jobs, whether you are supposed to have some particular immigration papers. I mean, life gets hard for you, even for your own community. And there's a word. It was like kind of racist when I remember when I saw it. It was like when two Africans are having an issue, and I noticed with it was in a particular group I stumbled upon, and I'll see this friendly fire. At first, I didn't understand what that meant. Then I went through each person, reading and understanding what they meant. Then I noticed, because the case was about an African lady who was, I think, in Britain, and she was mistreating another lady who was also African. So whatever the other lady was promised as work ended up becoming domestic work, but it wasn't like helping her in her education or anything. Then the conversations kept saying friendly fire. So I was thinking, friendly fire, friendly fire, friendly. Oh, I get it. But now it was in a racist way, because it was like those who are white saying blacks are fighting among each other. Now, using that same sad analogy, that's how you are perceived. So when people of one race are fighting amongst each other, it's called a friendly fire, sadly. And when, let's say, one of those persons is facing injustice, even from their own community, no one comes. If you look at even when people start demonstrations and they're starting and they're fighting for something, we always have the people who are the leading, the online activists or the activists on the ground. But many people keep not noticing that. We keep seeing the same faces always showing up, but nothing happens to them in comparison to the other people. So you keep asking yourself, is this person a sellout? And like many, we come to learn when they are going for this demonstration, they have posh cars, the kids go to the best schools, they are, the best. So what will they do? They'll come with their posh car, park it in a particular petrol station, in a hotel or wherever, then take a motorbike, ride to the venue of the protest, shout, heckle, do all that stuff, and then take another motorbike, go to a different location, take another cab, and then end up in their car, and then go to their posh home. Whoever is paying them pays them. Life moves on. And then there's a person who believed this was part of the activism, who ends up losing a loved one. And then what do you think happens to that person who loses? Do you think they'll want to fight for the same freedom the same way? No. They start thinking, maybe I should be a sellout too. Maybe. And that's what, when you say justice and injustifying justice, where injustice becomes justified, because someone starts thinking, if I'm going this path and people are going this other path, why should I care? But I'm here to correct that and say, think about it. Who wins? Nobody wins. Yes, you may have your materialistic thing, but you never win. At the end of the day, don't do evil to another person because it was done to you. Be the bigger person and say, not today, Satan. not today.